We're talking about a project that would change the face of Hermantown, that would change the face of the Northland.
A proposal that sparked polarizing reactions.
Data centers are a catalyst for economic growth and diversification.
It's great to have economic development. Everybody wants that. But is this the type of economic development we want in our community?
Bringing land into commercial use provides immediate tax revenue increases. As we face municipal budget shortfalls, these funds are especially welcome now.
And the decision's impact will spread beyond city limits.
It brings concern to all of the residents, especially in this area and with this proximity to a facility of the nature that they're trying to build here.
This is going to get pushed through. Come buy me out now while my house still has a value.
So, what exactly are they planning? What is a data center?
Data center is a large warehouse that houses computers. They've got specialized equipment for cooling this computer. They've got specialized equipment for making sure that it's safe, it's always online.
Data centers really come in all shapes and sizes.
The proposed project is expected to take up 234 acres in Hermantown, which is comparable to UMD's campus.
1 million square feet usually is typical of a hyperscale data center.
But we don't know if it's going to be hyperscale.
Let's be transparent. Let's let the public know.
Many details haven't been shared, likely because of non-disclosure agreements.
Most of us, I don't think, are worried about the data center itself, but just how it was done and then just kind of the secrecy of it.
NDAs, we're told, are common practice for projects like this because of the level of uncertainty.
Right now the project is tentative, right? It's a potential project. Nothing's guaranteed, nothing's certain right now.
All of this began when the city of Hermantown was approached by Mortenson, a private developer, over a year ago.
They were interested in building a communication services facility or a data center on behalf of their end user, their client.
And who is this end user?
The potential project is looked at by a Fortune 50 company.
We should be able to know who wants to invest in our community off the bat before you start talking to them.
One organization looking for answers is the Minnesota Center for Environmental Advocacy, a nonprofit organization composed of legal experts.
In May of this year, May of 2025, our organization put in a Data Practices Act request.
In September, the city turned over documents in which city officials, the developer, and others who signed NDAs privately referred to the data center as Project Loon.
From those documents, we were able to see, first of all, that it is certainly a data center is being proposed at that site, and that some planning had gone into that.
Comparing thousands of emails and meeting notes from city officials to what has been shared with the public, I noticed a few discrepancies, including the project's timeline. At an October City Council meeting, Chad Ronchetti, the Economic Development Director for the City of Hermantown, said this.
Over the 8 to 10 years that the project will be built.
The agenda for a city engineer coordination meeting on April 29th includes notes about the project schedule. The agenda said, quote, Chad noted that the schedule may need to be condensed to achieve a 2027 construction completion date. The agenda also said tree clearing would begin at the end of this winter and on-site activities would begin in the spring of 2026. Hermantown's communication director, Joe Wicklund, says the April meeting agenda is from earlier in the process of determining the project needs.
Tree clearing could maybe be a part of this at some point. We don't know that date. Or if we get a phone call today and the process and the project says, you know, I think there's a place that we'd like to do this that isn't in Minnesota, then there won't be any tree clearing at this time at all.
And that makes the rest of the timeline is just as fluid.
Yep. Yeah. And I think it's important to note, was just as fluid on April 29th, 2025. So when folks are asking us in public in April about those things, we don't have certain answers. Right? We don't know at that point the shape, the size, the scope, and to a certain degree the use.
Another discrepancy between public and private communication is the potential impact on taxpayers. Here's what Ronchetti told WDIO.
There are a lot of community benefits for our water system and our sewer system. The community municipal water system will be extended from the project at the project's cost, right? This community taxes will not raise in order to pay for that. And so we get a once-in-a-generation utility extension because of a private partnership.
Private communications, however, tell a different story. In October of 2024, in an email with sewer and water in the subject line, Ronchetti said, quote, feels like a combined legislative ask for Cloquet, Hermantown, St. Louis, and Carleton County in 2026.
There's been a lot of conversation about the sewer and water extensions.
Yeah.
Who's paying for that?
The developer.
The developer.
Yeah. Any kind of significant sewer and water extension that the city would put in is going to be paid for through the project, right? And so there might be different mechanisms for that, but there's no assessments planned for residents.
Is the company trying to get tax breaks or other incentives to be able to pay for those extensions?
To be determined. That's part of the process to determine how to pay for it, right?
Will there be any sort of legislative ask of this county or the state to pay for it?
Yeah, so last year I was down at the state legislature asking for $10 million in bonding for this pipe. And it's really important to note that at that point, there was a ton of uncertainty on whether this project would go forward at all. But also, yeah, it doesn't make sense now for that type of ask.
And yet, another point of concern is how this project fits into the city's comprehensive plan. Recently, there was a 3-year process to update the comprehensive plan, finalized in April 2025. This revised plan looks ahead by 20 years. Here's what Ronchetti said on October 12th about rezoning a portion of the property.
It makes sense from the comprehensive plan from the city of Hermantown to have those parcels be rezoned regardless of a project because it fits with our future land use.
In an email sent in September 2024, Ronchetti said, in part, I see that our development district does not encompass the area of the Project Loon site. And do you think the council would entertain modifying it again to include everything southwest of Highway 2? 3 months later, another email read, quote, as part of our comprehensive plan update, we are looking at the potential of extending our urban service boundaries to the southwest corner of town. I asked Wicklund to clarify why the adjustment was made.
There's a project that is in play and as an idea is being sussed out by staff that at that point may or may not happen at all. And there's the comprehensive plan. So there's certainly timing alignment.
Similar to Ronchetti, Wicklund says the rezoning would have been likely anyway.
The idea of having a greater commercial tax base and some green fields that have the opportunity to make things happen, and again, leveraging the new realities of how the world looks at the Arrowhead substation, those desires would be there regardless of whether that project happened or not.
On October 20th, Hermantown City Council unanimously voted to rezone the potential data center site, much to the dismay of those from the Stop the Hermantown Data Center group.
Shame! 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 There are more voters in this room than what voted in the last election, and we will remember this.
It is maybe anticlimactic to learn that there is not a nefarious, evil corporation in the background paying people under the table.
This vote does not guarantee the data center will even happen. Several permits are still needed.
So I hope all of those criteria are met in an honest and forthcoming way. That's all that anybody can ask for.
Now, of course, there was a lot to cover. So my interview with Joe Wicklund lasted over an hour, and that full video can be found on our YouTube. Now, permits for the project have been pulled from the November 18th Planning Commission meeting by the developer. That's as of November 10th. And there will be an open house at a yet-to-be-determined date. And on Sunday, guys, we're going to look at the potential impacts this project could have on your electric bill.
Another in-depth report coming Sunday. Thanks so much for all your work, Sabrina.